To the committee, we will come to order. This is our first meeting together of the new Budget and Finance Committee. I hope you all will bear with me just a little as I figure out how to work the buttons once again after not being up here for a while. An announcement to the committee. Councilman Pridemore has graciously agreed to serve as vice chair for the term, so you all can sort of hold your breath and hope I don't come around and that somebody more efficient with a little more authority will take over the chair. We begin today with RS 2013-827 and 2013-828 because they are on the same topic. Without objection, we will take them together. 2013-827 appropriates $500,000 from the undesignated fund balance of the general fund of the General Services District to cover the $500,000 Economic Development Incentive Grant for Nashville. And 2013-828 approves the $500,000 grant agreement with Music City Productions, Inc. to incentivize the production of Nashville. May I have a motion on them both? Moved and appropriately seconded. We have with us as guests today Steve Buchanan, who is one of the executive producers of the television program and is obviously even better known to all of us as president of the Opry Group of Gaylord. He's been responsible for making the Ryman such a success for so many years. And also with us is Randy Goodman, music mogul, who is the chair of the Music City Music Council, and they are with us to answer questions from their end. Obviously, Mr. Riebling can help us with questions from our end, and I'll begin with one just to verify in our analysis. It says that this expenditure, Mr. Riebling, will still keep us at about 7.4% in our fund balance. I'm sorry.
Yes, Council, that's correct. This appropriation, we have, we've been able to successfully build our reserves over the last several years, and even with this appropriation, we'd have in excess of 7% in our fund balance. Just for those who may ask, we're sort of in the ending right now, closing the books for the fiscal year, and we'll have end of the year numbers probably in 60 days. But we're optimistic that we've been conservative on where we are, and that through controlling of expenditures, the rainy day fund will even be higher than what we anticipated.
Thank you. And before we get to questions, on the off chance that you might help us put them together, Steve, if you would join us at the podium, and you were not asked to prepare anything in particular, but it might just help if you might give us just a little snippet of some of the figures around Nashville's impact on Nashville.
Sure. Thank you very much. I want to thank all of you on behalf of Lionsgate Studios and ABC Studios, and also as a representative of the Grand Ole Opry and the Ryman Auditorium. We greatly appreciate your consideration of this. It's been interesting. We are now in the process of shooting our second season, and looking back at the numbers and the impact just from season one alone, it's really pretty extraordinary. There was approximately a $40 million local Nashville, Tennessee spend. Approximately $18 million of that was spent on hiring people in this area. And then in addition to that, there's been spending on catering. People eat a lot of food. The hotels, about $700,000 for hotels. Security, over $500,000 in security and other rentals. So tremendous amount of local spend. The music sales, the songs that are in the show are being sold, and that is having a very positive impact for the music industry. So for songwriters, producers, musicians, we use real musicians in the show because we want everything to be as real and realistic as possible. So not only are musicians playing on those sessions, but they are also coming out and they're on screen. There are a lot of there's been a lot of exposure for local businesses, which is anecdotally, I hear from quite a few people who say that there's been definitely a positive impact on their business. For the Bluebird in and of itself, it's been off the charts, but it's been true for many restaurants and other locations as well. In fact, we were shooting early this morning at the Capitol Grill, so that the Capitol Grill will once again be in the show. But it has been a major, what I can speak to that we have witnessed is that it has been an incredible tourism driver, and hearing from, meeting people literally from around the world. I think the story I love to tell the most is I met a 15-year-old girl who is from Toronto, Canada, who convinced her father to bring her to Nashville for 5 days because she wanted to visit the Opry, go to the Bluebird, and to see all of the locations that she had seen on television. She's one of many. Tremendous amount of national media coverage and international. We're in over 65 countries now. We just hosted the Hollywood Foreign Press. Hollywood Foreign Press puts on the Golden Globe Awards. They fell in love with Nashville, which is exactly what we want them to do. And I think that another interesting point is if you think about what it costs to buy primetime network commercial advertising, a 30-second spot is about $150,000 to $200,000. It's a lot of money when you consider that we have last year we did 21 episodes, and this year hopefully we'll be doing 22 episodes, and hopefully that will continue for years to come. So thank you very much for your time and consideration.
Thank you. Councilman Tigard, this is the beginning of a beautiful relationship, isn't it, Charlie?
Absolutely. Some memories here. There's a statement in our analysis that Music City Productions will be required to provide certification to Metro that a majority of the production of at least 13 episodes will be performed within the geographical boundaries. How will that be verified and monitored?
Who wants to? You want to use Mr. Riebling's microphone? Mr. Wiltshire?
They will provide written notification.
Hold on a second.
Oh, I'm sorry. There we go. Sorry.
They will provide written notification to me. So it's set up where it's set into two payments, and the first $250,000 is paid up front, and then after they've aired the 13th episode, of which at least a majority of it was aired, then the next piece.
So you'll get a schedule that says Capitol Grill X number of hours or minutes, and Bluebird Cafe X number of hours or minutes, although we know it's a set, but you'll know.
Yeah. So I won't ask for the level of detail of where specifically they were filming. I mean, what this was set up just to, if they decided for whatever reason to film an episode in, Toronto, because the storyline takes them to Toronto, that episode would not count. But virtually all of the filming of these episodes is occurring in Nashville, Davidson County.
Were any of the surrounding communities, since there are obviously benefits, as Mr. Buchanan detailed, I'm sure not all of these caterers, security people are either Davidson County businesses or companies. They probably, some of them do business and reside outside of the county. Were any other surrounding communities asked to participate in this incentive package?
I can't comment on. I don't know what other conversations were had.
But follow up? The state of Tennessee's participation in this is how much?
Yes, yeah. So the state of Tennessee, I don't know if they're disclosing the exact amounts, but it is well over $10 million is the state funding for this. I don't know if we're disclosing exactly how much it is.
And I don't want anybody to take me wrong, because I think this is a good bang for our buck, but I just keep wondering, why is Davidson County asked to bear 100% of the local incentive when there's benefits to Sumner and Williamson and and whoever. So I'm just wondering, was there a reach out by anyone to these other counties saying, hey, here's benefits that, we shot this number of episodes in your county or at this location outside of Davidson. Do you want us back? Will you participate?
Yeah, I'd have to defer to.
I think Mr. Buchanan may want to address.
Yeah, we have shot, really have shot almost 100% in Davidson County. So we're just off Trinity Lane on our soundstage and then the locations. We shot actually, so we're shooting our 5th episode now. There is one minute scene that was shot with Conan O'Brien on a show, so that was not shot in Davidson County. And then we shot at a home in Rutherford County, which I believe is the first time that we have shot outside of Davidson County.
Are the vendor list of who providing these services, are those public record?
I do not know if they are or not.
I mean, I guess my point is I'd like to know what percentage of these businesses, the caterers, the security people, work out of, have business licenses in Davidson County, and what percentage of their employees are Davidson County residents. I'd feel a lot more comfortable if I knew that there was emphasis or priority given to Davidson County companies.
Yeah, I mean, I think the vast majority are Davidson County companies and individuals that live in Davidson County.
Okay. Mr. Chair, just as you know, Judy and I just got back from a 40th wedding anniversary riverboat tour of the Rhine River from Switzerland to Amsterdam, one afternoon in between excursions on the 6 channels that you got aboard this little ship. I watched such things as Kojak and Magnum PI reruns, but one afternoon the TV show Nashville was playing. Found that very interesting.
I will say, if not to put words into Mr. Wilshire's mouth, but if he could have said back to you, the show is called Nashville. Councilwoman Weiner.
Thanks, Roddy. You must have heard me back here saying the same thing. So my question is, how did we come up with $500,000? Why is that the magic number?
There were extensive negotiations between representatives of the administration and the show. I don't want to get into all the details, but there were some changes in the funding that was made available by the state that the CVB and the city have filled. And so it was driven in part by some retrenchment by the state, but clearly from an ROI impact, as Mr. Buchanan indicated, I mean the value to the city, if 30 seconds on the show is worth $150,000 to $140,000, $200,000, you're getting whatever it is, 40 minutes of favorable airing. I think almost anyone would argue this is a substantial ROI for the city. To forestall them from making a decision to film or episodes in another jurisdiction.
Thank you.
Any further discussion? Seeing none, those in favor of recommending 827 and 828 say aye. Aye. Opposed, no. 827 and 828 are recommended with 11-4 and 1 abstention. 2013-829 approves, Councilmember Stein, approves an annual state grant of $71,000 to the Metro Arts Commission for operating support. May I have a motion? And second, any discussion? Seeing none, those in favor say aye. Opposed, no. 829 is recommended. 2013-830, Councilman Pardue approves an interlocal agreement between Metro, Nashville Electric Service, and the City of Goodlettsville for access to the 800 megahertz emergency radio dispatch and response system. May I have a motion? And a second? Council, you okay? Okay. Councilman Maynard?
Point of order. On my paper, it says 2012-830. Is that a typo?
2000.
Yes, that's a typo.
I'm sorry, yeah. Yeah, we're yes, a typo, thank you. Any discussion? Seeing none, those in favor of recommendation say aye. Opposed, no. 830 is recommended. 2013-831, Councilmembers Stein and Hunt, approves an agreement between Metro Planning Department and the U.S. Department of Interior Geological Survey to acquire an imagery upgrade for Nashville and Davidson County at a cost of $109,960.43. Moved and seconded. Any discussion? See none. Those in favor say aye. Opposed, no. 831 is recommended. 2013-832, Councilmembers Stein and Dominy approves amendments to 3 agreements with the state regarding the maintenance of closed solid waste facilities. A motion? And any discussion? Seeing none, those in favor say aye. Opposed, no. 832 is recommended. 2013-833, Councilmembers Stein, Dominy, and others approves a utility relocation contract between the Department of Water and Sewerage Services and the State Department of Transportation to relocate certain water sewer facilities necessary for construction of a state bridge over Otter Creek at an estimated cost of $68,900. Moved and seconded. Discussion? Seeing none, those in favor say aye. Opposed, no. 833 is recommended. 2013-834, Councilmembers Stein and Glover approves an amendment to a grant of $20,800 from the Tennessee Literacy Coalition to the Community Education Commission to enable a full-time AmeriCorps program participant to work with the commission for 1 year to help grow the volunteer program. Moved and seconded. Any discussion? Seeing none, those in favor say aye. Opposed, no. 834 is recommended. Ms. Curry, thank you for being here. 2013-835, Councilmembers Stein, Tigard, and Langster approves an application for a grant of $28,000 from the National Endowment for the Arts to the Metro Board of Parks and Recreation to support the Music City Ballroom Kids and Friends program. Moved and seconded. Any discussion? Seeing none, those in favor say aye. Opposed, no. 835 is recommended. 2013-836, Councilmembers Stein, Tigard, and Langster approves a state grant of $2,240 to the Metro Arts Commission to partner with the Nashville Public Library to conduct 4 hands-on Art of the Word creative workshops. Moved and seconded. Any discussion? Seeing none, those in favor say aye. Opposed, no. Thank you, Ms. Cole and Mr. Oliver, for being here. 2013-837, Councilmembers Stein, Tigard, and Langster approves a state grant of $5,200 to the Metro Board of Parks and Recreation to supplement the Big Band Dance Program in Centennial Park.
Second.
Moved and seconded. Any discussion? Seeing none, those in favor say aye. Opposed, no. Thank you, Mr. Lynch. 2013-838, Councilmembers Stein, Tigard, and Anthony Davis approves an application for a state grant of $10,534 to the Metro Board of Parks and Recreation for the planting of native prairie plants and grasses of South Inglewood Park. May I have a motion? Moved and seconded. I would be disappointed, Councilman Tigard, if you didn't have a question.
Thank you. My question is, what does it mean when the biodetention area plant materials have since been eliminated and standard turf grass has grown up in the area?
Somebody, I think we may have stumped Mr. Lynch, but nevertheless, he probably needs to come forward.
You have indeed stumped me. I think I'll have to get you the answer for in the morning.
So I guess my question is, was there this special grass there previously and it died out, or it was never there and something else grew back into whatever was there before?
From what I understand, it was there, and we're having to replenish to put something back there, and that's where we're getting the grant from.
And I guess my question is, what was the reason, and you may have to respond tomorrow, what was the reason it died out in the first place?
I will have to get you that information.
And what is the plan to make sure that it doesn't happen again?
I will have that for you before tomorrow's meeting.
And the final question is, the in-kind match, the $35,000, is that labor on our side?
That's the labor on our point.
And
and actually then, I'm making the assumption to keep it where it remains there.
All right. Now, we know that over the past 8 years or more, the Parks Department has been stressed with expanding green space and maintenance areas. So I assume we've got the plan in place and the budgetary issues addressed now, that you feel more comfortable taking over responsibilities of this type.
We got together internally to make sure we could handle it, and I do know that. And so before we talk to them about getting the money, and we're guaranteeing that we will have the labor that will meet the needs.
And I would say, excuse me one second, Councilman, on that point, in our analysis, it says, and this may help you, Mr. Lynch, that these new plantings require minimal long-term maintenance that will reduce actually mowing costs for you all, and I assume that's come from your department.
That was from the grant. That was from the language of the grant application itself. The purpose was to keep
make
from
it where we
having to
didn't have to
mow
put as much
so
effort
much.
into it.
So the grant is the material purchases basically, and then the installation is Metro's responsibility. Thank you.
Councilwoman Weiner.
Don't leave. So do you have any other areas in the city where you think this might be an issue as well? Or is it just limited to this one park?
Well, it had been installed there. We're actually, as we do installation, we're trying to work with stormwater to where we put installations that are rain gardens and such, so that it does assist us. So, I mean, we've identified places across the country, and most of them have come with new construction.
So will you have to go back to any of the ones that are already in existence?
Not that
And
I'm aware of.
retrofit?
I mean, we've got several over at the new McCabe Community Center that came along with the construction, and we have the green roof there as well, and all of them are satisfactorily being taken care of right now. So as far as we know, we're not going to have to go back to any other places.
Okay. Thank you.
Any other discussion? Seeing none, those in favor of recommending 838 say aye. Opposed, no. 838 is recommended. We have one bill on second reading, 2013-523. Councilwoman Gilmore amends the Metro Code to establish a community benefits agreement policy for Metro government. We have a letter from Councilwoman Gilmore asking us at her request to defer this indefinitely, if I may have such a motion. Moved and seconded. Any objection to that indefinite deferral? Seeing none, it is so deferred. We stand adjourned. Thank you all very much.